Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is all about Module 4 and what are we going to learn in Module 4 of my Mumpreneur Web Design Academy course? It's a good question. When people say I'm going to teach you everything you need to know, I've said it. If you don't know what you need to know about WordPress, well, okay, what does that mean though? Let's talk about it. This series is all about what we're going to be learning throughout all the modules in the course. So if you're not sure about what it's going to cover and you want to know a bit more, this is what we're going to cover. Okay, so Module 4, you can check out my previous videos. We've covered modules 1 through 3 already, and so Module 4 is what we're talking about today. In Module 4, we are learning about SEO. We're learning about copy. We're learning about meta descriptions. Big words there, although they're quite small, and I know they have a bit of a confusing element to them. You might think, oh, it's a bit, I don't like that word. That sounds a bit confusing, but it's not. So let's break it down as quickly as possible because I don't want to make this video too long. SEO, okay, search engine optimization. What the bejesus is that, Kate? Alright, let me tell you. It's really straightforward. You want Google to be able to find your website when you've launched it. Hopefully you want it to be found by other people. Okay, so if you do want it to be found by other people, we've got to make sure that we are including SEO when we write our copy, which is what we'll talk about next. So copy, in a sense, is the text, is the written text that's going to be on your website. All of the written text on your website is the copy for the website, and SEO needs to be a part of that. So adding specific keywords to your website pages within the copy so that you can say to Google, okay, this is a specific term that I think people might search for in order to find my website or to find my services which will lead them to my website. This is what I'm hoping people are going to type into Google. Okay, so if you're a plumber, then you're going to want to use something, a plumbing term perhaps, that your everyday average Joe knows about. You might just use the word plumber or plumbing, but you've got to be aware there's a lot of competition for these larger keywords. So if you are a plumber, then it might be harder for people to find you using the word plumber, only because it's going to be used a lot. A lot of plumbers are going to do the same thing, so then you've got to get creative and research different keywords and then work out how you can place those keywords within the copy of your website. Okay, so we use a plugin. It's called Yoast SEO, which is brilliant, and it will teach you everything you need to know. I'll teach you everything that I know, and then you've got that as an additional element to learn even further to really get a really good start with SEO. It talks about cornerstone content as well. So if you've got a very particular post or really important page that you really want to be highlighted on your website and always showing up in results for Google, then you can use something called the cornerstone content. Very strict rules with the cornerstone content SEO. But if you are staying on top of it and you're constantly refreshing it very regularly, then Google's more likely to push that out to anybody who's potentially looking to come to your website because you've got something they want. Okay, that's all we're trying to do. You've got something that you have, there's someone on the other end that's got something that you want, okay, and Google's trying to bring you together, and it uses SEO to, you know, bridge that gap. So if you've got good SEO on your website related to your particular niche that you're working in, that you're building your website for, then you stand a better chance of people finding you and clicking on your website and contacting you or hiring you or booking your services or whatever. Okay, so it's important to get SEO correct. Now, meta description, that's important as well. So when you're building out your website and you're working with the SEO and the copy of that website, we also need to make sure that within the Yoast plugin that we include something called a meta description. Okay, so the meta description is basically a description that's going to describe the entirety of your page, but in a very short form. So when people go to Google and they search something, and then it's got the large title, okay, of the page that has been found, yeah, the Google results on that page, but it's also got a small description underneath it. So that needs to be a certain amount of characters long, it needs to be concise, and it needs to describe that particular page perfectly for your audience. And so within the plugin that we use, this module is quite long and lengthy because there's a lot of things to understand. Now, it's not confusing, okay, there's just lots of different elements within it, and just like all the other modules, I'm breaking it down step by step for you, so that it's digestible, easy to understand and easy to work through. And so yeah, when it comes to the SEO, when it comes to the copy, when it comes to the meta description, it all ties in perfectly. It's all essentially one large unit, but it's broken down into different sections. So you might have written the copy, for example, for your web pages that you've got. You've decided, okay, these are the pages that I want, and there's like 4 pages that I'm going to have for my website, and this is the copy that I'm going to create for each of those pages. Okay, cool. And then you put it in to your website, copy and paste it over, and you move things about, you add some titles, you add some subtitles, put some buttons in, you add some external links, some internal links, do all of that. And Yoast is still like, yeah, but what's the page about? Can you tell us a bit more? And so that's why it's important that we add certain keywords to the copy, we add the meta description, so that Google essentially can work out what the page is all about and what you're doing on it, so that it can recommend it to the right people. So it's a really important topic. Covering SEO is, yeah, it's a lengthy one, but it's important. And it's important to know as well, there are many ways to get your website out to the world, okay? You can start running ads on pretty much every social media platform. If you've got the money to do it, and you've got the know-how, or you know somebody that you can hire to do it for you, you could do that. And then people can come to your website. But you've got to do that on a consistent monthly basis. It's hard to guarantee a result. It's difficult to guarantee that you'll definitely get a lot of people coming over. It's not impossible. It can be done, of course it can be done, but only if you know, if you're dealing with somebody who really knows what they're talking about, and not just somebody who's just like, yeah, we just do a basic picture, we just basic message, and then they again that will do that, and here's my money, take my money, I want my money now. It's going to be you've got to make sure you're dealing with a competent person when it comes to running ads. So if that's how you're planning on getting traffic to your site, yes, you can absolutely do that if you know what you're doing, if you trust the person, and if you can afford it, do it. Because not only are you going to have to pay them to market your website on a monthly basis, you're definitely going to have to put money in to the actual ad spend as well for the platform that you're going to be using. And those prices vary dependent on which one you're using. So that's one way of doing it and getting people over to your website. The other way is through SEO. Now, hiring somebody to run ads for the business, for your website, whatever, at some point, yes, you will get hits. You will get people potentially buying your services or wanting to hire you or whatever. And it can be a quick turnaround. It can take a few months for it to pick up, for people to start coming to your website. You've got to be, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to pay this person for a month and see what happens, because nothing probably will. You remember, I'm going to be completely honest. I was in the game for a long time, digital marketing, and it takes time to generate the sort of traffic. Not always the case. Sometimes you get lucky. Okay, sometimes you get lucky, and you can get traffic, and you can get sales from that traffic, or you can get people wanting to message you and inquire about this, that, and the third. It's possible, absolutely possible, but not guaranteed. Probably more guaranteed that it's going to take a few months before you start seeing results. Okay, and that's what I used to tell my clients all the time. It's like, you should wait a few months. Like, expect to be doing this for a couple months, 2-3 months before you start seeing results. Not because I'm not good at it. It's just the algorithm takes time to organize everything. You've got to, people have free will. They may not, even though you're putting ads in front of them, doesn't mean they're going to click on it. It might not be the best time for them. you could be the best digital marketer in the world, and if people aren't in the mood for it, they're not in the mood, they're not going to click. So that's why SEO is a nice alternative, because it doesn't cost you anything. It just requires a bit of time. It's a slow burner. SEO is a slow burner, but it does work. It does get people over to your website if that's what you're after. If you want them to buy something or book you for something or anything, yeah, you can do it, but it's a slow burner. It's a long game that you're playing when it comes to SEO. So in an ideal world, you could have, you know, digital marketing services. I don't offer it anymore, by the way. If you're thinking, oh, she can do that for me, no, I don't. No, I don't know. But you could do that. You could hire somebody to do that for you, and then you could do SEO alongside that as well. And the pairing of that's pretty powerful stuff. You can get a lot done in that time, especially if you've got good cornerstone content that you're refreshing on a regular basis, and your SEO is always in the green. But even then, and I've said this in my course a bunch of times, okay, you can have, because Yoast SEO uses a traffic light system, okay, so it's like green, red, and like an orangey yellow, okay, just like your traffic lights. So even if you were to get all of your pages in the green, according to Yoast, and everything's perfect, and you keep your cornerstone content up to date, even then you can't just say, okay, well, everything's green, it should all work now. Not always the case. Not always the case. Sometimes it is. And you can't get all of it green anyway, because you're going to have like privacy pages, for example. You're going to have like some sort of legal pages in your footer. You can't really SEO them, like, not really, without messing up the technical legal jargon. You don't need to do that, you know, unless you really want to. You could. But I say all of this to say that SEO is a long game, but it's important to do it. And if you are staying on top of it on a regular basis, you know, if you check in every month and just have a look at, maybe refresh the copy a little bit, just add some new terms, move some words about. I will tell you this, if you are looking to hire somebody to do your digital marketing, just as a tip, okay, and it does really well, let's say they launch some ads for you, and then over the next 3 days or something, things start to look okay, and then after that things start to drop, like numbers wise, and they'll be able to track the numbers of what's happening. If they turn around to you and they say, oh, it's fine, we just have to refresh the creative, that's, what was that movie? There was a movie I watched. Oh, it's Tom Cruise. Yeah, and it had Cameron Diaz in it. And he kept on saying to her, it was a really funny comedy, Night and Day, there you go, it's awesome. And he kept on saying to her, if they start saying keywords to you, certain keywords, you know you're in trouble. You know you've got to get away from them. And you know the keywords would be like, you're safe, you're protected, everything's going to be fine. Just come with us. We're taking you to a secure place. So those are the keywords for her to be like, run away. If you hear someone say refresh the creative, that's all we got to do. Refresh the creative. That person doesn't know what they're doing, and that's probably someone you shouldn't hire. Okay, just as a pro tip. If you are looking to do that, if you are looking to hire someone to do digital marketing, that sign is run away. Run away as far as possible, because you shouldn't need to refresh the creative. You just need to. You need more variation. That's all it is. It's lack of variation. It's not the creative. Anyway, we're not getting into this. So yeah, I just wanted to have a brief sort of video. I say brief. Oh, it's not been too long. Yes, a brief video on module 4, okay, and why it's important. I mean, if you're, and I want to say, I would have said this in the course, you know, this website might be because you're getting married. If you are, mazel tov, congratulations. But you don't necessarily want the whole world to find your website. It's just for your friends and family. You're going to send them the link for it, okay? So in that case, you don't need to worry about the SEO. If you don't want people to find your website, you don't need to worry about SEO at all. You could ignore it entirely. I'm not sure why you wouldn't, but I mean, maybe it's a family website. Maybe you're building a website for your family, for all of your family photos and videos to be stored on. You know, maybe it's something lovely like that, but it's a private thing. It's just for the family. It's just for your friends. You don't want Google to index it. You don't want people to be finding it. You don't want Google's crawlers to be all over it, looking at it. You don't want it to be found for SEO. You're not trying to market it. In that case, you can pretty much skip module 4 because it's not really for you. But most people want a website to be found. If you do, you should, yeah, SEO is important. And yeah, it's a job. It is. But it's an investment. That's the way you really should look at it. Because once you've done it, it's not so much, oh, you can just leave it and we're good. Because you really should stay on top of it as much as you're able to. Now, if you're a busy mum, or a busy dad, or a busy person, and you don't have a lot of time, or you don't want to make a lot of time, because we all have the same 24 hours in our day. Some people use their time really wisely, some people would rather not, and that's fine. Okay, it doesn't matter. But if you choose not to use time that you have, or you just simply don't have time, because that's an option too, then fine. If you don't have the time to sit down and fiddle with the SEO every month for an hour or two, that's okay. That's okay. Maybe you can only find time every 4 months, every 6 months. But you should. Just make sure it's okay. If your copy is never going to change though, if you're never going to change the written words on your website, if it's always going to remain the same, then you'd probably be fine. Okay, but it's still good to have decent SEO because Google likes good websites. Google likes websites it can understand. And if Google likes your website, then Google's going to try and help you and try and help people find your website. So it's important, as much as you can, to try and keep Google happy. Because if Google's happy, then everyone's happy. Okay. So that is it. I want to say, I'm going to wrap it up, I think, for this video on Module 4. The next video I will talk to you guys about will be Module 5 and all the goodies we're going to learn in that one. So yeah, hopefully this has given you a nice overview of what we are going to be learning about within the course, so that at least you're not going into it blind. Because I've done that. I've bought courses before and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to walk into. Sounds alright though. Be nice if there were a video to explain what I'm going to experience, but there isn't. So I hope this has helped. If you are looking to learn how to build a website for any reason, it doesn't have to be for a business. Like I've said, you might be a grandparent and you want to create a website of your life story. You know, you might be, that's a really good idea. I might do this. I've just come up with this idea. Hadn't thought about it. It's a bit grim. It's a bit of a grim thought, but you know, we all die, unfortunately. Yeah, you know, you might be getting to that age and you think, you know what, I really want to have a website that I can pass on to my family, and it's got my life story in it. Everything about me. They can use the pictures for the funeral and the videos and stuff. Kind of like a website will, sort of, not a will, but you know, you leave them a gift. You could have a website for that. That's a brilliant idea. I'm probably going to do that. Set up a website for my little boy for when I pop off. It doesn't matter what you want a website for. If you want a website and you're not sure how to start, and I don't care how old you are, I do not care. Although I do want to say, the software where the course is located does require you to be 18 or over to purchase. Okay, so if you're not 18 or over, I'm afraid you won't be able to. It's not my choice, it's that other company's choice. But if you are over 18 and you're thinking, I want to build a website, honestly, I don't care how old you are. It doesn't matter. And if you've never touched a website before in your life, if you've never looked at it before, if it's all just a bit scary and confusing, I promise you it's not. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Try me. You'll see, it really is simple. But there's a link below. You can click on it. It's called the Mumpreneur Web Design Academy. It'll take you to my website where you can buy the course. You can enroll today. It will give you access to the private Facebook group that we have. It will give you access to the private WhatsApp group that we have. You will be able to schedule in your Q&A sessions with me. We have 2 of them every single week. They're about an hour long each. You will be able to message me day or night if you need help. Okay, as long as I'm awake, I will answer your messages. You can send me video messages, you can send me a text message, you can send me a voice message, doesn't matter. You can use your phone to record a video, you can use software like Loom to record a video. As long as you keep that video under 5 minutes, it's not going to cost you anything. So if you need help, I'm here for that. You can ask me all the questions that you have and I will answer them. If you want me to log into your website to have a look at something or to fix something, I can do that. If you want me to log in to show you how to fix it, I can make a video and send it to you privately, so it's just for your eyes. And if at the end of the course, for whatever reason, you are unable to finish building your website, just let me know. Just send me a message. I will finish it for you. Will I charge you anything, you ask? No, I will not. But surely you will, Kate. No. But there's a loophole, there's a con, there's something. No. I don't want you to buy my course because you want to build a website and then however long it goes, because this is a go at your own pace type of a course. Okay, so you could do it over a weekend if you want. You could take longer, it doesn't matter. It's up to you and what you've got time-wise availability. But I don't want you to invest in yourself, invest in this course, and then leave without a finished website. We're not playing that game. So if you can't finish it, and this isn't to say, alright, well, you know, she'll just finish it regardless. I want you to try to build your website. I want you to learn how to build it. But I also understand that sometimes it's hard. Sometimes life does get in the way. Sometimes life becomes really difficult. And so if you're struggling, and not all of you will, most of you will be fine. But occasionally there'll be somebody who's just can't, for whatever reason. Maybe they're just not getting it. Not because they're not an intelligent person, but because my method of teaching isn't their ideal method of learning, you know. Maybe an emergency's come up in the family, maybe there's a work emergency, but you really need to get the website finished. Okay, so then you just message me, and then you say, Kay, can you finish my website? And I'll say, yes, I can. I need you to send me all your things that you want on the website that's missing, everything that's missing from the website. But yes, and once I've got all of that, give me a couple of days and I'll finish it for you. Okay, and no, I won't charge you. I will not charge you. Alright, so all you need to do is let me know if that happens, because I know how devastatingly annoying it is to start something, not finish it because life gets in the way, and then you've got nothing to show for it. We're not playing that game here, okay? So if you do want to enroll, rest assured that there will be an abundance of support, and I'll finish it for you. If worse comes to worse, I will finish your website for you. You just have to ask. Closed mouths do not get fed, okay? So if you don't ask, you really won't get. So if you want to learn, click on the link below. It will take you to my site. You can enroll there. Once you've got access to the site and you've got access to the WhatsApp group, the Facebook group, and the community, if you need help, I'm a simple message away, okay? Really easy. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'll see you in my next video. We're going to talk about Module 5. That'll be fun, all the giggles. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to. And yeah, if you've got any questions regarding SEO or meta description or copy when it comes to building a website, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear. Love to answer your questions if you've got any. And yeah, I'm gonna go and I will speak to you guys in the next video, Module 5. So keep an eye out for that, and have an awesome rest of your day, guys.